It's so hilarious how this guy is trying to get the poisons out of our food, and you're all too immature to at least agree on that being a good thing. When will you all grow up? So Kennedy's a globalist. Trump was about, destroying the globalists because the globalists have been hurting our food. So RFK is a Kennedy. Kennedys can get any media they want. He didn't come out of the woodwork about all this stuff that everybody buys into until Trump was in office. That's when these people came out of the woodwork. RFK is a Kennedy. He could have been on tons of podcasts long before Trump ran, if he cared about the food so much and he cared about the poisons that you're talking. He's a globalist. He's interested in agriculture, our farmers. Yes, the globalists have been destroying our farmers because the globalists believe that we should eat synthetic meat. So I'm not going to trust a globalist with our food. It's as simple as that. I don't think there's as many, I think there's some problems with our food, but again, it's because globalists have been at the helm of things. So you can keep calling me immature, but the very fact that he's a globalist and the globalists are responsible for why the food has the problems it does, and they just want to make that worse. That's what people are. You're not picking up on here. Okay, I mean, there's a reason Kennedy ran when he did. It's because it would scared him that when Trump was in office, it scared all these people. They came out of the woodwork. All of a sudden, we're on a podcast every day or 2 times a day. I mean, look at how many podcasts Jordan Peterson alone does. What, 2 or 3 sometimes a day? I mean, every time you go on there's just here's another podcast. I mean, all of these people, I don't know if people pick up on that. It was when Trump came into office, they've been all trying to control the narrative. And they've all pushed RFK because RFK is a globalist. And besides, Trump said that he was the stupidest of all the Kennedys. He did. He posted about it. You could say, oh, that's just because they were fighting. No, it was way back, so when he said it. Trump is not against vaccines. He's against all vaccines all being given at once, and he believes in freedom. And I think he's probably against the mRNA stuff. I mean, I certainly am. But Kennedy is a globalist. There's nothing good about the globalists. They want you to eat synthetic meat. So how can you think that he cares about the poisons in your food when he supports the globalists? He does. He does. He's just good at working anything around anything to make it sound good. But he's a globalist, so you can say that's hilarious. It's just that he ran only for one reason. He knew he would not win, but he wanted to run long enough to get into Trump's administration. And now he not only wants to have control over the food, and he has the HHS position, but he wants to control who's running the CIA. And I would imagine, given that the Kennedys have never pushed very hard for the information to be released about what happened to JFK, I would imagine many of them maybe were implicated, or their family members back in the day, because of their mob, because of the family having connections to the mob. So, what family wouldn't fight like hell to get that released? It was supposed to be released a couple decades ago. Or at least a decade ago, it was supposed to already be released, and that's come and gone. And then Trump said that he released some of it, but didn't want to release all of it because he didn't know if the public was ready for it. Yeah, because I think it's a little darker than that. So if you want to ignore all that, then go ahead. But then be careful who you say is immature.